Well, who would have thought EA games can't make anything good? And you already know what their biggest failure of 2024 is? Dragon Age the Veilguard. What can be said that hasn't already been said about this game? This game is the most in-your-face, front and center, progressive, obnoxious politics I've ever seen in any game, and I thought Spider-Man 2 was obnoxious. They make identity politics a part of the game's mechanics, and they have self-insert cringe scenes.
Thank you.
So, I'm non-binary.
What does that mean?
It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
Non-binary. I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on.
Even YouTube Shields didn't even like the game because they are realizing that all of their favorite companies are only in name. All the good people left a long time ago. And turns out this game underperformed. Wow. Because nobody liked this game. That would have been fans of the older games. Nobody cared about this garbage. It was ugly, boring, the gameplay was lame, the story was god-awful, the writing was god-awful, and the characters looked terrible. And now EA is admitting that this game sucked and it underperformed. We have an article to read from Niche Gamer. The headline says, Dragon Age the Veilguard underperformed according to EA. This is so obvious. People looked at the Steam charts and compared that to previous games. The director of the game didn't even want to talk about how many copies of the game sold because he knows that the game is a failure. And you have all of these different games journalists attacking people, giving this game a 7, 8 out of 10. IGN gave this game a great score. And everybody laughed at them because nobody cares about IGN. They are a joke. If a game pushes their ideas, they will give it a good review. And they gave plenty of good games bad reviews. And same thing with TV shows. I don't know who follows them anymore. I can't wait to see them go out of business. But anyway, let's continue reading the article. According to a report to investors from Electronic Arts, Dragon Age the Veilguard underperformed compared to companies' expectations. In their Q3 2025 press release, EA divulged that not only had the controversial RPG underperformed, but it did so to the tune of only half the company's expectations. With 1.5 million players, that puts it as the franchise's worst performing games according to VG charts. Dragon Age engaged appropriately 1.5 million during the quarter, down nearly 50% from the company's expectations. During Q3, we continued to deliver high-quality games and experiences across our portfolio. However, Dragon Age and EA Sport FC25 underperformed our net bookings expectations, said Andrew Wilson, CEO of EA. Dragon Age the Veilguard received criticism earlier this year for the game's inclusion of non-binary and queer characters in a way that some players felt was anachronistic. What is that word? Why do these articles use these gigantic words? Let me look that up. Apparently it's pronounced anachronism. Whatever, I'll just read the sentence again. I fucking hate when they do this. Dragon Age the Veilguard received criticism earlier this year for the game's inclusion of non-binary and queer characters in a way that some players felt was anachronistic and out of touch with the game setting. EA made no statements on how Bioware's latest game may or may not impact the development of the next Mass Effect title, which is expected to release within the next few years. And that is the end of the article. And I don't know if anyone's excited for Mass Effect. Like I said before, all of these companies are only in name. I know there's like multiple Bioware studios, but do you trust any company? We don't know who's behind that studio. We know who's behind this one that caused this downfall. A man that wants to pretend like he's not a man. Are you really surprised? The same shit, the same MO, the same garbage over and over and over from people who don't give a fuck about video games. But these companies don't care. They don't care, so I just choose not to buy anything. They have shown no sign of changing their company's culture and firing the idiots who don't care about video games. They really cared, they would clean out the whole company. All of these companies need to be laid off. A lot of it is just a bunch of blow from people who are not talented. Most likely a bunch of women, because women are just getting handouts for any company in corporate America. And these companies are stupid for doing this shit. Because it's always women that want to inject their own personal beliefs in everything, self-insert themselves into everything. We know damn well that somebody at that company had that coming out conversation with their mom. Probably one of the writers, probably one of the directors. Somebody did that and thought that all the gamers wanted to see that or experience that. When we do not care about your family drama. We don't care about your weird mental illness shit. Stop being weird. Make a video game. If you're not going to respect what came before, you shouldn't work on an existing franchise. But they never learned their lesson. And as soon as EA Games announced that Dragon Age the Veilguard was a failure, their stock prices tanked. You can see the image on screen. It's just a huge dip. It just dropped so fucking fast because nobody wants this shit. Nobody wants to be bothered with your weird queer self-insert dirty scenario fetishes. Nobody wants to deal with that. People just want a good game. People just wanted a good RPG from BioWare. This company could be shut down soon. Who even knows at this point? It's rumored. It's just a rumor at this moment. But this studio might be shut down. It's BioWare Edmonton. And it should be shut down because it's not worth anything. And EA has been known to shut down studios in the past. They shut down Visceral Games, who made Dead Space, because Dead Space 3 didn't sell. So I cannot wait to see this whole studio going under because the whole internet was laughing at this game the moment it came out. There was so much god-awful dialogue and writing. It was being laughed at for weeks. And now people like me who said this game is gonna flop. We were right. Gamers don't want this garbage. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So Dragon Age the Veilguard, go fuck yourself.